Namaste everyone. Without mathematics, there is nothing you can do. Everything around you is mathematics. Everything around you is numbers. Wow, what a mindful thought from Shakuntala Devi. Believing in this thought is our today's speaker, Mrs. Hetal Mehta, who is a co-founder at Beautiful Minds, an abode where mind gets nurtured and refused. She is passionate about maths, which has influenced her to teach math in a fun way. She has been in the field of teaching math for over 20 plus years. She is a certified Q math teacher. Her other areas of interest and expertise lies in the field of Rubik's Cube. She is an authorized cube mentor with Indian Cube Association. She loves to teach how to solve Sudoku, Kakuro, and various cubes online. She is also a parent of Naisha Mehta, so a part of our RRIS family. It is our privilege to welcome her for this session. I now request our principal ma'am to address.
Thank you, Pranjal. And
Welcome,
once
ma'am.
again, namaste. Namaste to Mrs. Mehta and namaste and welcome to all my children, all the teachers and parents who have joined us for this session here. As Pranjal has rightly said, ma'am is a part of our family. There is no bigger joy than having our own family members coming out and spreading happiness, spreading awareness, spreading knowledge. I would not take any further time away from you, ma'am. It's over to you. Math is a subject that most of the people have a fear about. I think for a long time during my early schooling, I had a fear about it. But I also met some wonderful teachers, just like you are, and that solved the problem. So today we hope that our children get to learn a lot from you. Thank you so much once again. Happy learning to everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Principal ma'am. Thank you, Usha ma'am. Thank you, Pranjal Beta. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, can we start now?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Ma'am, someone will manage the chat box.
Yes, we can help you. Usha ma'am is there. I am there. And children, all of you, please be on mute. I could see one or two of you still on unmute. Ma'am, we'll help you. Please go ahead.
Okay, fine, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm starting my presentation.
So children, under people, you can see the icon for Hetal Mehta. One of this is showing the presentation. Kindly pin on Hetal Mehta presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Is it visible? Can everyone see that?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Just a
The
minute.
presentation is not seen, ma'am. Yeah.
It was visible
Yes,
and then it stopped.
Yes, ma'am. It stopped.
just a minute.
Children, when we all speak together, it becomes confusing. So we would let Usha ma'am, or maybe you can allow me to speak just to avoid confusion. So students can all remain on mute and Usha ma'am or I would help ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, ma'am. We can see your screen.
Okay. Okay.
The presentation has not started, but we can see the
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now it's fine. We can start.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Okay, kids. Now see, the session today we are doing something about related to math. The subject, see, everyone have their own choice of subjects. Like, see, someone favorite subject might be English. Someone would love science. Someone would love math. So today I would like to ask everyone that what is the first thing which comes to your mind when you hear the word math? Be frank enough to give the answer. You can type in your chat box.
Calculation.
Okay.
You can type in your answers in the chat box too, children.
Yeah. What is the first thing which comes to your mind when you hear the word math?
Okay, ma'am, I can see the responses as numbers,
Okay.
problems.
Okay.
Arisha has written difficulty, addition, subtraction.
Okay.
Then it's written formulas. Okay. So one has
Something what
written
you
playing with
feel.
numbers.
Someone would share their feelings, like someone fear, someone find it boring, someone finds very interesting. Wow.
Okay, someone has said exploration, someone has said teacher also. So when
Okay, good.
logic, yeah, logic, tables.
Yeah.
1 equal to 1. Okay, here Vihan is saying boring. Okay.
Okay.
Ashita saying solutions, calculation, logic, tables, taxes. One of them is saying taxes. Then okay, Ashani is saying horror subject.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Boring. It is hard.
Okay.
It is hard. Confusion.
Okay.
Okay. One of them is saying interesting, difficult, logic,
That's nice.
boring sometimes. Okay. So nice subject,
Fine.
fun.
So I would say that there is some good news for those who find it boring, for those who find it horror. Don't worry, kids. I'm not here to teach you anything about math today. In fact, you have got excellent teachers in our school,
excuse
like
me.
Amar sir. Yes.
I think Atharva wants this to be heard, so he's writing again and again. He considers math equal to death.
Oh my God! Don't worry, Bacha. It is not that difficult. Don't worry. Don't worry. See, I think I can help you today. You know, at least to come out of this definition of math. Okay, and don't worry, we are not going to learn anything. I'll just be sharing few tips today with you, which may make the subject interesting for you. So see, I'll just share the highlights of the session today. First of all, we'll see the importance of why before what in math, which is very, very important. Second topic I have selected of solving word problems. I feel that many of the kids feel word problems to be very difficult. Then third thing I have taken, I'll take giving you, see the description of math in a different angle. I'll be showing you what actually what math means. It's not only calculations. It's not only that boring part. You know, it's not only tables, not only 1 plus 1. There are many other aspects of math. Fine. And the last and the favorite thing, interesting thing would be the math quiz. I hope you all love that. So we'll start with the first topic, that is importance of why before what. Okay. Now here comes my first question. I want all the kids to read it properly, read the question properly, and I want you all to answer it within few seconds. I don't want you all to do any calculations. Just read the question and think of an answer which comes to your mind. Everyone can reply, but I would prefer kids replying. The students reply, I would prefer that first.
Ma'am, I can't see the question.
I'll give it. See, the question is find the difference between the product of 53 into 27 and 53 into 26. Can you all read the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, shall I have any answers? Any instant answers?
Excuse me, ma'am. You're not audible.
Hello.
Ma'am, you're audible.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah. I can see 53 as answer. One has given as 57. Janvi Gandhi has given 1. Shruti Shah has given numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Urja, Urja, Heath, Ashok, sir, 53, almost 53. Then one child 57, 53,
Correct.
53.
Okay. So I would like
the answer is 53.
The first person who has answered 53, the first child, can they unmute and explain me how did you get the answer 53?
I think Rakshit.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I got 53 because in the second sum, it is 53. In the first sum, it is 53 multiplied by 27. And in second sum, there is 53 multiplied by 26. There is one table difference, so I multiplied 53 by 1, and that's why I got the answer 53.
Okay. Someone else? Anyone else who would like to explain?
Okay. With 50, same answer, 53?
53, yes. Yes.
Okay. Here, this Shweta Parmar.
Shweta, would you like to explain?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Even I am a maths teacher. So,
Okay.
the 53 table is there. So, there is a difference of 1 only. So, 53 is the
Correct.
answer. The difference between two numbers are 53, right? Which the table is going on.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So see, the basic part of this question was the logic or the concept of multiplication. See, if the child has understood the concept of multiplication very well, okay, what is multiplication? It is just repetitive addition. That's it. So even if I give bigger numbers, if I say 103 into 25 and 103 into 26, it is just adding 105 once. So the difference would remain 105 only. So you don't have to multiply 53 into 27 and 53 into 26 and then minus it and then do a subtraction. You can directly get the answers if you know the logic properly. So that is why my first topic I had taken to the importance of why before what. See, like this, there are many other concepts, many other topics of maths in which it is very, very important for the kids to know that why do we do the things, why are the tables, what is the concept behind the table, that why is very important. Once the why is clear, it will be very easy for them to select what they want to do, because there are many different methods of doing a single topic or a single sum, whatever they have. There are many different methods. But if they know the why properly, whichever method they select to do the sum, the answer is going to come correct. Like, see, I would give some examples like topics of rules of integers. Kids might be knowing the rules of integers very well, that plus plus is equal to plus, minus minus is equal to minus. When the two numbers are negative, they have to do addition and they put the sign of the greater number. Then during multiplication and division also, if it is the two numbers are negative and when they multiply, the sign has to be positive. But why? They should know that y plus plus is equal to plus and y plus minus is minus, and why they have to keep the sign of the greater number. Like that there are many other like fractions. If you take in fractions, see, whenever you have fractions, we say 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3. Many kids give me answer 2 upon 6. But actually, they should know that 1 upon 3 is equal to 2 upon 6. And 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3 is equal to 2 upon 3. So if the concepts are clear in these topics like integers, fractions, then why the denominators for addition and subtraction of fractions, why they have to be common? Why they cannot add 2 upon 5 and 3 upon 7? So why can't they directly add 2 and 3? So these things, the concept, the why is very, very important for a child to know. Whichever new concept they take it, why is very important before what they have to do. Am I clear, kids? I hope you are understanding.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then during formulas also, when you have formulas in the profit and loss, you have formulas. Then you have formulas for doing speed chapter. Then you will be having mensuration in area, volume, all those chapters. You'll be having lots of formulas. So instead of learning and mugging up the formulas, you should know that why the formulas have derived. Why is the volume of the cylinder is pi r square h? If you know that volume of any 3D piece is area into height. So you just have to put those things, in place. So basic things like this, why, if you know that, then what becomes very easy for you. And then you will not have difficulties, in understanding any concept of math. And see, in our times, we had only books. We had only our textbooks and notebooks and our teachers. But nowadays, you are open to many other areas, many other fields. Like you have got videos, you have got smart boards in which you can learn. And we have got teachers who teach us practically also all the concepts. So it's very important that you pay attention and you learn why the things are, instead of learning and mugging up the formulas and learning and mugging up the rules. It's very important that you concentrate on why. Any questions regarding this?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I hope you have got this. And can we move to the next topic? My next topic is regarding solving word problems. Okay. So now, can you read a word problem over here on your screen? Ashley purchased an outfit worth rupees 5,000 for rupees 4,500 after discount. And Julia purchased an outfit worth rupees 6,000 for rupees 5,100 after discount. Who got a better deal? Would someone like to explain me this word problem? That how they would solve the word problem?
Yes, children. Anyone who would like to explain?
You try. Ma'am,
Yes, please.
Ma'am, Arav,
I means, who's this?
Arav.
Please tell your name. Arav. Okay. Yeah, explain.
Ma'am,
Yes.
asked 5,000 for 4,500. So Ashley got a discount of 500. But whereas Julia got a discount of 900. So Julia got a better deal as 900 minus 900 is greater than minus 500.
Okay. And how would you solve the problem? If you would have to do it on your book, you would directly show subtraction 500, then subtracting and you're getting 900. How would you show it in your book?
Ma'am, we would write discount Ashley got 500 minus 4,000, 5,000 minus 4,500, which equals to 500. And then we'll write the same process for Julia. And then we can write the concluding statement that this person got a better deal in this much price.
Okay. Now I would add on something. See, it is not because Julia got a better deal just because she's got a discount of 900 rupees. See, the comparison is always done on percentage. How much percent discount did Ashley got and how many percent discount did Julia got? Julia got a profit of 10%. She got a discount of 10%, whereas Julia got a discount of 15%. So like this, you have to calculate and see, I'll show you. First of all, whenever you solve a word problem, first of all, you need to read the question thoroughly. You have to understand it. I have seen students just seeing the numbers and just they start solving the sums. You need to understand first of all, and after understanding, you have to note down what is given and what you want to find. It is very, very important. You cannot just start a problem by, discount, or calculating discount, calculating profits, calculating loss, or whatever the problem may be, maybe kilograms, grams, whatever you are searching. First of all, you need to read and understand, and you have to mention in your answer what all is given. See, the MRP was given to you, 5,000. Then the selling price was given 4,500. So you had to write this. You have to write that first. Then for the second person, Julia, you have to write what is the MRP and what is the selling price. Then after subtraction MRP minus selling price, you get the discount. So further, if there is any formula, you have to apply the formula. And only subtraction doesn't give you a perfect, it will not give you a perfect comparison. Only the amount will not give you a comparison. You have to find the percentage for that. Okay, someone say it is a higher cost, but they get less percentage discount. So the amount will be more. But the, the discount amount may be more, but the percentage may be less. So the comparison what you do has to be based on the percentage and not on the amount what you get of discount. Are you getting me? And then after completing the sum, you need to write the answer as a sentence. Whichever, see, when you get normal sums, you can just write the answers. But when you are given word problems, the answer should be written in a sentence along with the units. Units is very, very important. I have seen students giving answer 305, 402. But what? It may be rupees, it may be kilograms, it may be some say height, weight, whatever the unit may be. You have to mention the units and you have to write the answers in a sentence form. So these basic things, when you solve the word problems, you have to keep this in mind. Especially you have to understand and write what is given and what you have to find. Once it is clear in your mind that what is given, what you have to find, it becomes very easy for you to move further. I hope this is clear. Any questions regarding word problems?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Sure. Okay, dear. Thank you. Now we'll move to the next topic, that is seeing math from a different angle. Okay. So here I would like you all to describe math in few words. As per you, what you think the subject of math is?
Students, you can just type in your answer in the chat box. I'll read out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Students have started. Logic, boring, easy, formula, number. Ma'am, are you expecting this answers?
Yes, something, see, instead of feelings, I want you all to describe math, that what is in the subject. What do you think the subject is about?
Okay. Great. Logic, easy, arithmetic, logical, part of life, logic with math. It is a subject which needs critical thinking, but it is easy. A solution to a problem. Jairam says a solution to a problem. Then Swar, number logic. Then Arisha, we have fun and life solving. We have Sunaina, part of life. Vedant, math is all about numbers. Again, Jairam, insights. Kunj, useful in future. Purvesh, calculation. Rakshit, numbers and formulas. Sujal, logic, formula and sums. Algebra and formulas. Understanding, useful everywhere in life. Math is a play of number. Okay. Needed by the whole
very
world.
Nice.
Math is all about game of numbers. Yeah. Practice, all about problems and solution. So here, it's a big thing. Maths is a combination of magical numbers, formulas and logic. It is all about reading, understanding, and then solving the problem. Aryan Agarwal. Then math is all about, math is subject for lifetime, basically based on calculations and deriving data, number of count with to play with. Okay, so hard work, lovely.
Fine. So many of you, in fact, all of you know that what is the importance of math in our life. It is actually used in our day-to-day. You use it in each and every field of life. Wherever you go, you have to use that. Because math is not only calculations here. See, you will not have only numbers in math and not only calculations. As per, what I have, experienced about the subject math is, it is more of logic. It is, you need to know the concept, the logic behind each and every concept. That is more important than only calculations. See, for doing calculations, you have got various calculators. You have got n number of apps. So any, huge calculations, you can easily do it on calculators. You have got machines. But for applying logic, you have got only your brain. So logic is very, very important. There you have to use your brain. You will not have any machines to do that. To make any decisions, to make any choice, you have to apply your logic. So it is very important. And secondly, the logic part behind the math is very important, I would say. Then secondly, I don't say that calculation should be ignored. You should not ignore calculations. But the thing is, you should not even fear that, right? You should not just fear calculations. If the concepts are clear, you can apply the logic of the concept and you can move ahead. So don't worry about the calculations. And secondly, I would say that logic is very important need for tomorrow. Wherever you go ahead in life, wherever you go, no one will ask you to make big calculations and give the answers. But they may give you situations. They may give you 3 to 4 situations and they may ask you to make choices. That which would give the best choice. So there you have to apply your logic. There you will need the logic, the concepts of math. So there, I would say that it plays an important role. So as per my perspective, I would say that logic is very important. And I again repeat that calculation should not be ignored. Now you all might be thinking that how to improve our logic. What would you do? First of all, you should, as I said, you should know the concept, the logic behind each and every concept. You should try to know that. Then you can do whatever, you will be able to do it on your own. It is not difficult to remember what, but it is very important to understand why, right? Then how can you do? See, there are many various ways. As our body needs to remain healthy, we need exercise, we do walk, we do jogging. There are many other ways to remain fit. Similarly, our brain also needs to remain fit. For that, we need to do some basic. Daily, we need to give 20 minutes, I would say, for these logical, you can try puzzles or you can try solving some brain teasers or whatever. See, first of all, you can try, you should get engaged with brain teasers. You should explore new type of brain teasers. Brain teasers are some problems which involve logical reasoning, creative thinking, and enables you to think out of the box. I have got few brain teasers for you for today's quiz, so you can experience that. Then secondly, you can even solve these puzzles like Sudoku, Kakuro. You get it in newspapers. All the newspapers mostly they have such puzzles, right? Then you even have apps for these puzzles. Like so, daily at least giving 15 to 20 minutes for these puzzles is also very good. It works. It gives some exercise to your brain. And third thing I would suggest is Rubik's Cube. I would like to share that anyone knows how many types of Rubik's Cubes are there? You kids might be
aware. Speak. Who knows about it? Don't say I. Tell your name, children. Because I don't know now who's speaking. So tell your name and then I will allow you to speak. Yes, who's that?
Ma'am, I think I know. Sanskriti.
Sanskriti. Okay, yeah, Sanskriti, speak.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I think there are 45 types of Rubik's Cube.
Okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am, me. Ma'am, there are 45 only. Ma'am, there are 45.
Okay. Now,
Ma'am.
Yeah.
But ma'am,
there are 45 types of Rubik's Cube.
Some other answer than 45?
But ma'am, this answer can never be answered because this question can never be answered because Rubik's Cube has a mod that can be applied to make to add an.
I can't hear the answer.
There are unlimited ways to make
a yes, Arya, speak.
Yes, ma'am. There are unlimited ways of making a Rubik's Cube because you can apply mods to make it more difficult. So, which is so you can't answer a definitive answer.
It's not okay. No, I am asking how many types of Rubik's cubes are available in the market. I would say
that cannot
be.
Be
we don't have to make the Rubik's cube. How many cubes are already available at present?
I hope Aryadev, you have understood the question. It is not about the ways to solve the Rubik's. It is how many
Yeah.
kinds of tricks
I'm not
available in the
talking about the
market.
way to
Yeah.
solve a Rubik's cube.
Ah, ah.
There are many Rubik's cubes that I can show a website which has more than 45 Rubik's cubes, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, fine. Okay, Aryadev, got your answer. Okay, fine.
Okay. So I would say
Ma'am, but
that
usually there are 45.
Okay, Nishta, fine. Don't unmute without telling. Okay. Okay, yes, ma'am. Most of them are
okay.
saying 45. I
Okay.
can
There
see.
are more than, I would say there are
Uh,
more than 300 types of Rubik's cubes. There are more than 300 types of Rubik's cubes available in the market, which have got all different types of combinations, all different types of permutations, and all different algorithm formulas. And these are just a picture of few which I teach, but there are more than 300 types of Rubik's cubes. So you can even spend time, solving these cubes. It is really too good. It's a very good exercise for your brain. So these are the few things which I would suggest, some few exercises for your brain, which is required.
Yeah,
Any
I
questions
solve
regarding?
every one of these cubes on the table.
Oh wow, excellent. May I know who is speaking?
Aryadev.
Aryadev, wow, excellent. You do Megamix and Axis and all those?
Yes. Access
Have you
cubes.
tried that?
Access cube is a bit difficult because you'll have to change the. You cannot solve it with one set method because there are different permutations every time.
Yes, but you try Axis Cube. But if you can do Megamix, you'll be able to do it. It is amazing. It is excellent one.
Yeah, I have done it, but I have only solved it like twice. I don't.
Okay. If you have a difficulty in solving it, you can call me. Whenever you are, jumbled up or stuck up somewhere, you can call me anytime. Okay. Anything else
Yes,
anyone wants to know regarding Rubik's cubes or anything? Or shall we move further? Can we move to a quiz?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So here we start with our most interesting part of the session, the quiz time. I'll share a few rules about the quiz. You all can write the answers in the chat box, but I'll first answer. I will though the person who gives the correct answer will have to unmute and give the logic or justify your answer, that why you feel that is the correct answer. Okay, so you can give the
okay.
answers in the chat box.
I would, ma'am, I would like to give one instruction. When you are unmuting yourself, you want to answer, first tell your name and then answer.
Correct.
Okay, when you say, please tell your name and then answer. Okay.
Correct. And the first correct answer
Yes,
I would
ma'am,
be
start.
giving to a student. And if the student cannot reply, an adult can try that answer. Okay? And one more thing, that if we cannot get the answers, I will not be giving the answer for any question. I want you all to think. Okay? You all can give me the answers later on also. Whenever you feel, you can call me up personally. You can discuss the answers with me anytime. But you will not get a ready-made answer from me. Okay? So let's start the quiz. The first question for you all. A very simple one I have selected. No answer till as yet. I'll read the question. An ant has to crawl from point A to point B using the staircase shown. What is the total distance the ant will crawl? Justify your answer.
बोल
as I said, read the question properly. The answer always lies in the question. Read it thoroughly what is given and what you have to find.
I think the answers are being typed in the chat box. So it was Yakshin who has typed in first. So he has written 6 meter. So I'd like him to, he has written 6 meter. So I would like him to unmute and please speak.
Yes.
Please
Yes,
unmute
ma'am.
yourself, Yaksh,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
explain.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. I typed 6 meter because, ma'am, if the point B was not at that height, it would be at lower. So that time the answer could be 6 meter. So it is raised up. So answer can be 6 meter.
No, but the ant is going up the stairs. And we don't have to change the position of B. The B remains where it is, A remains where it is, and the ant is going up the stairs.
Then, ma'am, I think it will be more than 6 meter.
I want one answer, single answer. It cannot be more than 6.
Okay. So I can, okay, Mohak has written 3 meter. So if you want to explain.
Ma'am, I changed my answer below to 9 meter because when the point in point B, the height is of 3 meter. When we climb up, the height is of 3 meter. But at the same time, when we are climbing up, the
can you only Mohak will speak? Yeah.
So when we are climbing up, we also travel like breadth. So 6 meter will also be counted. That's
okay. Yes, here I give the points to Mohak. But see, your answer is correct. You have understood it well. Just I would like to make some changes in your justification. See, what is it? You have to find the distance traveled. So all the vertical lines, the total of all the vertical lines are equal to the 3 meters, and all the horizontal lines will add up to 6 meters. So total distance traveled would be 9 meters. But you also explained it very well, and it is correct. I hope others have understood. Any doubts in this question? Anyone has not understood the answer?
Anyone?
Ma'am, I didn't understand. How did you solve it?
Okay. See, did you understand the question? Shall I speak?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. See, the ant is going from A to B, climbing up the steps, right? So it will be going horizontally also and vertically also, right? So if you add up to all the vertical lines, it would be 3 meters. Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now? Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
And all the vertical lines, if you add up from A to B, all the vertical lines, it will add up to 6 meters. Fine. So 3 plus 6, total will give you 9 meters the ant is traveling.
Yes, got it, children?
Is it clear, Bacha?
Yes, ma'am. Got it, ma'am.
Sure. Anyone else?
No.
Shall we go to the next question?
Yes.
Yes, unmute, children.
Yeah. I'll go to the next question.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Is that a right angle?
Sorry?
Is the stair a right angle?
The steps, yeah, steps are at right angles.
If the stairs are at right angle, ma'am, shouldn't we use Pythagoras theorem to find out?
But the ant will not be going, I would say ant will not go slanting, right? To use the Pythagoras theorem, if the ant goes slanting on a slope, it would be Pythagoras. But the ant is going to crawl up, so it will crawl to, on the vertical sides also, and it will be crawling on the horizontal side also. So you have to add the vertical lines and you have to add the horizontal lines also. That is why you cannot do Pythagoras over here.
Ma'am, may I add something here?
Yes.
Just answer to this query. So, beta, if the question was what is the shortest distance between A and B, you will use the Pythagoras theorem. But here the question is the actual distance that the ant covers. So the ant is actually moving horizontally, then vertically, and horizontally and vertically. So you have to take the entire distance actually covered.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
So fine, we'll go to the next question. See.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
The next question is, in a newspaper, usually there are 28 pages. You notice that 4 pages are missing. One of the missing pages is page number 10. What are the page numbers of the other 3 missing pages?
Ma'am, we cannot see on the screen the question. Or is it
Usha ma'am, we can see. I can see.
Okay, I think it's only for me then. Okay, okay, ma'am. Fine.
Is it fine? Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am. Now we can see.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
So I hope everyone has read the question properly and everyone has understood it. Then you can think for the answer. Any answers?
Ma'am, 9, 11, 12.
Check it once more.
Ma'am, 18, 11 and 17.
Once more, you need to check. And I think you all had to type the answers in the chat box. Usha ma'am, any answers in the chat box?
Okay. There are 1, 2, and 9. Then 9,
No.
11, 12.
No.
Many of yeah, these people are writing 9. Okay. Kunda has written 18, 11, 17. Then 9, 11, 12. 9, 11, 12. Many of them have written 9. Okay. Here, Principal ma'am has written 9, 10, 15, 16. Okay. Then Aryan Agarwal has written 11, 12, 13.
No.
And Swar Doshi has written, ma'am, the 10th and 9th will be missing.
But there will be 4 pages, right?
Okay.
So I want the 3 numbers.
Okay. Nishtha has written 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Sanskriti has written 9, 19, 20. Okay. 11, 12, 13.
I would like Sanskriti to explain me how did she get the answer.
Sanskriti, can you unmute yourself? Sanskriti?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please explain me how
explain your answer?
Yes, Sanskriti, tell me.
Ma'am, as the paper in the newspaper, it is stapled like a book.
Correct.
So if the first page was missing, so the last page will also be missing. So as the 10th page was missing, so the 9th page will also be missing.
Correct.
And probably 19th and the 20th page will also be missing as they will be linked with each other.
Correct. But probably or sure?
I think I'm sure.
That's good. Always be sure of your answers. Okay, be confident. You have tried it well and it was correct. But did you check in a newspaper or you have calculated it?
Ma'am, I tried to calculate, like,
well
I have
done.
imagined that if there is a newspaper
well
like
done.
that.
Well done. Well done. Well said, the answer was correct. The page numbers would be 9, 10 and 19, 20. You can, for solving this, you can write down the page numbers, you know, the set of 4 pages which comes together, like 1, 2, 27, 28, 3, 4, 25, 26. These sheets will be going together, right? So 5, 6 will go with 23 and 24. Like that, if you go up to 9, 10, they will go with 19, 20.
Okay. Yes, children, any doubt regarding this?
No doubt.
Did you all understand?
No,
yes.
no
Thank
doubt.
you. Just go ahead. Yes.
Can I go to my next question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. This is the next question for you. Shall I read the question? The same cube is shown from different positions. What will be the number on the face opposite to the number 2? I hope everyone has understood the question.
Means, ma'am, what we need to do? Face number.
You need to find out the number which is opposite to the number 2. The same cube is taken. The picture of the same cube is taken from different angles. So you have to find out which number is opposite to the number 2.
Ma'am, I have started getting answers. Should I say?
Okay. Yes,
5.
yes,
many of them have written 5, 5. Then, yes,
okay. The first person to answer
6.
5.
Okay, 1 minute, ma'am. It is Aryan Agarwal.
Okay. Aryan, can you explain me how, bacha?
Yes, ma'am, sure. Ma'am, so as in the last cube, we can see beside on the right side of 6, it is 2. And in the cube beside that one, the third one, we can see on the left side of 6, there is 5, which means 6 is in the middle. And on the left, we have 5, and on the right, we have 2.
Correct. Excellent. So, Aryan Agarwal's answer is correct. Anyone has a doubt? Anyone who has not understood why 5 is opposite to 2?
No, I didn't understand.
You did not understand?
I didn't understand.
It's okay. So, see, first of all, you see, in the first picture, when you see 1 and 3 are adjacent to 2. So, 1 and 3 can't be opposite to 2, right? In the first picture. Second picture, when you see 4 and 3 are adjacent to 2. So, they can't be opposite. So, now we have to remove 1, 3 and 4. They are not opposite to 2. So, left are 5 and 6. Okay. From the 5 and 6 two numbers, in the last picture, 6 is also adjacent to 2. So, the remaining number is 5.
Okay,
I hope I was not very fast. Yeah. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone has any doubt, or shall we go to the next one?
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Any doubts? Okay, fine. We'll go to the next question. I hope you all are enjoying solving.
Ma'am, I think Jairam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I have another explanation. May I share?
Yes, please share.
Ma'am, we have come to know that this is a 6-faced dice. So every 6-faced dice has one rule, stating that one number is, if one of the numbers is suppose 5, then the other number that is there has to be added to 5 in order to get 7. So it's in almost all dice. So suppose if I get the number 3, then the opposite will be 7 minus 3, which will be 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is also a very good justification. But see, everyone might not be knowing this rule.
Yeah, but then there's something wrong, because see here in the second picture, it shows that the top and the 3 is on the right. So even
so 4 and that also adds up to 7.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the dice.
Correct. Okay. 2 and 5. Yeah, so 4 shouldn't be adjacent to 3, right? You that's what you are trying to say, bacha? 4 shouldn't be adjacent to 3 because the total adds up. Yeah, okay. So see, but everyone might not be knowing the rule that the opposite adds up to 7. The opposite numbers adds up to 7. So they have given these pictures and we had to reply on the basis of these pictures. So as for these pictures, we can say that 5 is opposite to 2. Otherwise, your explanation is also correct. That opposite numbers add up to 7 in any dice. Is it fine? Anyone? Someone else also told me that they have some doubt. Anyone?
No, ma'am. I think you can just move ahead, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Now the next question. I hope everyone is enjoying solving this. It's not becoming boring.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. It's fun.
What? It is becoming boring?
Boring?
No, ma'am, it's fun. It's fun.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so here's a new question for
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Continue, ma'am.
Yeah, this is a new question for you all. Pointing to a girl in the photograph, Mike said, "She is the only daughter of the only child of my grandmother." How is Mike related to the girl?
Okay. I think answers have started coming in.
Yes.
May I? Father, mother, father, mom. Jairam is saying brother. Drishna sister, then mother, sister, mother. All the answers are there. Mother, sister, brother, father, brother, father.
I would like Jairam to just justify his answer. I think Jairam said brother,
Jairam?
right? His answer
Yes,
was
brother.
brother.
He said brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jairam, can you please explain?
Yeah, can you unmute?
No, Mike is, I think, because see, grandfather means if my grandfather had a
Okay.
child, then that child would be somewhere near my uncle, father, somewhere.
Okay.
And
Uncle, but your grandfather has a daughter. Your grandfather has?
No, my grandfather,
Huh.
my uncle, or this mother. My grandfather.
Okay.
So mother. Then after that another daughter. Right. Okay, this is confusing.
It is given only daughter.
Ma'am, can I? Ma'am, may I?
Only daughter.
Okay, wait. This grandfather, there is a grandfather on top, and it is my grandfather. So if I'm Mike says that my grandfather.
Okay.
Daughter of the only child of my. So
Okay.
grandfather had a child who also had a child.
Okay.
And that child's father will be the child's grandfather. So it should be, the Mike should be his brother. Mike should be his
Okay.
brother.
See, you have understood the question. You have answered it correctly. The only thing the thing is, you need to explain it properly. But don't worry, you have well tried. You have well tried. Someone else?
Agastya, wait.
Yes.
Yes, Agastya, speak. Huh.
So, the child of my grandfather. So the Mike's grandfather's child is Mike's father, and the child's. She is the only daughter of the child of my. So she is the only daughter of my father, and so the Mike is related to the girl.
Yeah.
May I say?
Who was explaining at present?
It was Agastya.
Agastya, you were really correct. You explained it very well. Someone else? Though your answers are correct. Someone else? I think some girl is trying. She wants to explain.
Who was that?
Yeah.
I want to.
1 minute, one at a time, children. It's confusing. Who is it? Who wanted to speak?
Ashita.
Ashita.
Yes.
Okay, yes, Ashita.
Yes, Ashita.
Ma'am, in this, as Mike said, she means she is the only daughter of the child of my grandfather. So my grandfather's daughter. So my grandfather's daughter would be my mother.
No, grandfather's child. Grandfather's child can be a boy also and a girl also.
Yeah, it could be a father or a mother.
It was the only child. That means it can be a boy or a male or a female.
Yeah. Yes. It could be anyone.
But that child has only one daughter.
Yes.
He can have sons also, but it is given he has only one daughter. That means Mike and that daughter, the girl in the picture, they both are brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Fine?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So shall we go to the next one? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is an interesting one. The picture shows a spider in a glass made of matchstick. Get the spider out of the glass by moving exactly 2 matchsticks. You have to move. Read it properly. You don't have to remove. You have to move exactly 2 matchsticks. At the finish, the glass may be turned in any direction, but it must be exactly the same shape as before. I hope everyone has understood the question.
Yes.
Yeah. You all have to move any 2 matchsticks and get the spider out of the glass. See, you may not be able to write the complete answer in the chat box, but just write your name. If you want to, justify the answer, just write your name in the chat box and you can explain it.
I will give someone glasses. I got it. Okay, Akia, I can. Yes, Akia. Would you like to
Yes,
explain?
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, Akia.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the stick which is below that one will come up, and the stick which is like a standing line that will also come up in the same position. So the spider will even come out, and the glass will be in the same position, just upside down.
But the spider will still remain in the glass, right? The glass will be upside down by moving those 2 matchsticks, but the spider will still remain in the glass. I want the spider out of the glass.
Ma'am, may I say?
Yes, please.
Who's this, Swar?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Swar, right? Swar, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we will move the 2 matchsticks above. Ma'am, which two matchsticks are parallel, we'll move that both matchsticks in 180 degrees.
We'll move both. Then you will change the shape of the glass. The stand will also be there as it is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to think something
yes,
else.
Vedant. Okay, Vedant.
Ma'am.
Yes, Vedant.
Ma'am, first one right matchstick. We will take it up a little up, and then the left one matchstick we will put it into the right, so the spider will go out of the glass.
And what about the glass? The shape of the glass?
It will remain the same.
The shape of the glass should also remain the same. The direction can change, but the shape should remain the same, and the spider should be out of the glass.
Yes, Samia.
Ma'am, it's okay if we can turn the glass upside down.
How will you turn the? Yes, it's okay. But how will you do? I want to know that only.
Ma'am, so we can move the left side matchstick downwards and the right side matchstick.
Where will you move the right side matchstick?
We will.
Ma'am, got it,
we will do it downwards.
Yeah, that's what he said, that we'll do both the parallel matchstick in 180 degree. But then the shape of the glass changes. The stand remains as it is.
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, the sleeping matchstick will go up, and then the down matchstick also will go up. So
Okay, that's what the answer which I got first. But then the spider remains in the glass.
I got it.
I think you can all figure out now because the time is up.
Yes.
It's 3:35, more than 10 minutes. So everyone try and send your
Okay.
answers. I'll be
Okay.
glad. We will all be
Yes,
really glad
please.
to get your version of answers. Yes, ma'am. What do you think, Hital ma'am?
Yes, you can anytime you can send me the answer and discuss the answers with me on my personal call.
Yes, children, you can send me the answers. I will send it to Hital ma'am, and let's see who has got the correct shape answer to it. And I think it is time that we end our session. It was really interesting, and we have learned one thing, that yes, of course, we knew that logic is very important in maths, using your logic. So now I would like Mohak to propose the vote of thanks. Yes, Mohak, are you there?
Usha ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I think we have abruptly asked to stop. So if ma'am wants to just sum up, or there is something that is very important that ma'am would like to do in the next 2-3 minutes, I think we should let ma'am wrap it up in 2-3 minutes.
Yes, sorry, ma'am. Sorry. Yeah. Yes,
Please do that.
No problem. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. See, actually, the last part was left about the quiz only. I've got few more questions. If you want, I will share the questions and kids can solve the answers whenever they wish, and they can send. Yeah. So
we will. What we will do is you can send us those quiz questions, and we will post them on Facebook page, and the students can answer over there. So everybody.
Our students don't have a Facebook account, and we don't want them to open an account as well. So, ma'am, I will suggest to you to please show the questions. Let us not discuss the answers here. Please show the questions.
Yes, you can take the screenshot and then reply to me later on WhatsApp. You let me know once your screenshot is taken. I'll move ahead with the other questions. Shall I move?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can just take the screenshot of the questions and you can reply to me later.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. These last two are my favorite ones. I want you all to think about it and reply. Done?
No, ma'am, just a minute.
Ma'am, can you go back, please?
Yeah, sure. This one?
Ma'am.
You can see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So,
ma'am, can you show the before one?
Okay.
Ma'am, can you show the question of dog?
Just a minute. Yeah, this one. Yeah. You need the next one also?
Thank you, ma'am.
Question after this?
Yeah, just a minute. I'll show. Is this fine?
Bag one. The last
Which one?
bag.
Okay. This one? Okay. Before winding up, I would just like to say a few sentences. See, first of all, I apologize if I have, passed any incorrect information unknowingly. So I apologize for that. And I would like to thank all the students to being so active in the quiz and listening to me for an hour. I would like to thank Naisha for making the presentation for me and teaching me how to share. And last but not the least, a big thank you to our RRIS team. And I end my session here from my side.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. It was very interesting. We all had fun. Now I would like Mohak to propose the vote of thanks. Mohak, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mohak.
Namaste, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank Hetal ma'am for taking out her valuable time for us and teaching us these unique tricks. We'll surely implement the tricks taught by you, which will also help us in our maths. Then I would like to thank Principal ma'am, Vice Principal ma'am and Usha ma'am for organizing such a wonderful and informative session. I would also like to thank the IT department for all the technical support. Last but not the least, our wonderful audience who always make our event a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mohak. And thank you very much, Hetal ma'am. On behalf of the whole RRIS family.
My pleasure, ma'am.
Yes,
my pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks to Usha ma'am for handling the session so well and keeping everyone together in the session. Thanks to everyone, all the students for participating enthusiastically. Have a great day ahead, Hetal ji, and we look forward to more cooperation and association for students.
Sure, ma'am.
As always. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, Principal ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Usha ma'am.
Thank you, Hetal ma'am. Yeah, thank you, children. All the
Have a
students,
nice
thank you
day,
very
ma'am.
much for enthusiastically taking part. I hope you all enjoyed and loved the session and you have learned too. So keep on learning. We will have many more such sessions. So signing off today. Bye bye, all of you. Have a great time, great day.
Okay, bye, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye bye.